Hello to my Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Capricorns. All right. Let's see what this week looks like for you. This video is for the 25th of November 25. 2 and 5 is 7. 7 is the what? It is the Tower card. Right? So 7, 2, and 5. That's one variation of 7. Right? One variation of 7, 2, and 5. So somebody's having an awakening. So 7 is the number for completion. So you're closing out a cycle. You're closing out this cycle. We're wrapping up this cycle. You have a lot of awakenings. You're piecing together some things about yourself during this cycle. And a ritual you can do while the moon is still in Virgo. If you watched the video previously, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. But so don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But if the focus is on serving from a place of wholeness, and food plays a part in wholeness, right? I know a lot of people are going to be eating some yummy, delicious meals this week. And so keep up that mindset, right? But a modern day ritual that I'm going to mention, you're going to hear it on every channel for this week, is really closing out the cycle, writing a letter of gratitude, basically thanking the past for the lessons that you learned in the past, right? So let's use, I'm going to use the example food, but you can apply it to people, places, and things, and food would be a thing. So, and then also having a plan beyond that. So basically you're saying, dear, let's say sweets, right? Let's say your doctor said, okay, you cannot continue eating sweets at the rate that you're eating. You're going to have to find some healthy alternatives, blah, blah, blah. But let's say sweets. Dear sweets, I want to say thank you for being such a great, whatever, comfort food or whatever, for the past whatever amount of years. But now I'm going to have to replace you with something else, right? Maybe your health is not doing the best or whatever. People, places, or things, something is not as healthy for you as it once was. It could have been a friendship or a mindset, for that matter, if it was negative thinking that keeps bringing you all these negative results, or anything that's bringing you any kind of, you feel like, God, putting this energy out into the universe, I keep getting the same results. So maybe it's the people you're hanging, whatever it is. So whatever it is, you're saying goodbye to something that's no longer serves your highest purpose. Okay, let's get into it. All right. Talking to you wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart. Take only what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then don't take it. It could resonate with your next door neighbor, your cousin, your family member, whoever. Take only what resonates with you. If you want to participate in the giveaways, you got to watch the channel, the video for that particular Zodiac Sign season that we're in at the time of filming, because I know the videos are you're circulated years later. We could be in a totally different Zodiac Sign season, but at the time of filming, we are in Sagittarius season. So that would just mean watch Sagittarius videos. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. We used to have trivia questions. We don't have trivia questions anymore. We just try to make it fun. So if you have Sagittarius in your birth chart, you automatically qualify. Not like somebody's going to go read your whole birth chart. Just try to make it fun. So, all right, let's go. Death. So somebody's already on the rebirth side. You have to decide how long you're going to mourn something that you're leaving behind, right? Yeah. So somebody has put an end to having to sit around and wait till you physically see something before you believe it. And that's a good place to start, right? Tower moment. Something has ended. Somebody has finally said, okay, I need to stop jumping to conclusions because other people are jumping to conclusions about something, right? Here's a 7 of Cups here. So a lot of times it's because of the environment that you're in, right? 7 of Cups, if you're in a poisonous environment around a bunch of people that just jump to the wrong conclusions about stuff, guess what you're going to do by default? Don't overthink it. Don't sit there and woe is me. I wasted so much time. I could have been doing. If you're in certain poisonous environments, So here we have the Page of Wands. If you're around a bunch of shady people, sometimes people say things because they want to fit in, right? Sometimes people say things because they want to fit in, right? So, it's not like you're going to sit there for the rest of your life grieving and mourning over something that, okay, somebody was shady and said something, oh, like, that's not a good color on somebody, right? You may feel bad and say, okay, let me turn that around. So here we have the Wheel of Fortune. So now you're going to feel very fortunate that you have an opportunity to get to the rebirth side. Or you can be stubborn and stay stuck and fixated on something. Or you can start to now say, I'm going to add structure and authority to the way I think. Now that the scales have been removed from my eyes, because we're talking about water now here, that would be the other side of the high priest energy. High priest energy deals with the material side, meaning the physical, the material. This would be like the material, physical, right? Cards would be like the material. Phone would be like the material. Book would be like the material. Spiritual would be like your intuition, right? Your intuition, dreams, downloads, those kind of things would be like the spiritual side. That would be your water, intuition. You got a feeling about something, right? So somebody is now and this connects us with Scorpio. And so now somebody is saying, now you had a tower moment, you had a lightning bolt moment where now you're saying, okay, I need to snap out of this. I got to physically see something before I believe it. Right? So here we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. So now somebody is now getting off of the fence of their emotions. I'm getting off the fence of my emotions, and I'm moving on from something, right? I'm moving on from something, right? Right, so now you're moving on from something. Now you're moving on from something, right? Now you're moving on from something. So Source is cooking up something nice for you. And that's what I've been saying, Capricorn, is know your moon sign, pour into you, so that way it won't be so difficult. Think about it this way. Whatever you want to grow, you're going to need water, right? So the moon has an affinity with water. If you're always just going, you're a sign that loves to work, right? That's a lot of you all's happy places, work, right? But if you don't get your rest, you're not listening to water sounds, you're not drinking water, you're not eating foods with high water content, if you're just, drinking a bunch of drinking like high caffeinated stuff, you're just anything that's just dehydrating your spirit, your mouth is always dry, you're around energy vampires and you're not catching all of this stuff. Source is saying you're gonna keep getting these lightning bolt moments where you just like, I'm so tired, I can't survive another tower moment, because somebody is not saturating themselves, right? So Source is saying continue saturating yourself and get from around shady people if you can help it. If you can help it. If you can help it. Listening to water sounds, it sounds silly, but thank you for those of you all who keep adding comments under the videos that it's been helping you and it's been working. Just listen to the water sounds. Like, don't wait until another tower moment happens. So tower moment really should be used to go straight into prayer mode. Prayer warrior. Prayer warrior. Shouldn't be fighting for your life. Go straight into, you see a tower card, you watch this video or my video and you see a tower card, that's your moment to say, okay, I take 5 seconds out of my day. Okay, so show me what I'm not seeing. That's your prayer right there. Thank you for showing me what I'm not seeing. I know you need me to see something. I maybe I'm being stubborn. Maybe I can't see. Just grab some water. Pray over your water. The vibration of sound. Thank you, Source, for showing me what I'm not seeing. Guzzle your water down. Drink your water down. Thank you for showing me what I'm not seeing. Don't make this robotic. Thank you for showing me what I'm not seeing. Right? Here's the Empress card. But something was definitely trying to limit your abundance and your prosperity. And somebody was just too depressed to see it. Somebody was playing on somebody's mental health, playing on yours and somebody else's mental health. Somebody just could not see it, trying to cause somebody to have a nervous breakdown. But the more and more you start going back through your mind and you start paying attention, you was just like, okay, now stuff is starting to make sense. So Source is actually rewarding you for taking the high road. Source is trying to reward you for taking the high road. Right? So here we have the Ten of Cups. Somebody is now starting to think more of sacred bonds, sacred relationships, and how people will jump to conclusions about certain things and put you in a position of, saying that you are shady and that you or somebody else is shady. Y'all depressed and y'all this and that. Like put you in certain situations. You sitting there completely like shocked. Like what in the heck is going on? What in the world? So Source is saying to you, somebody is learning how, here we have, when people move on and they move on quietly, that something about your energy needs to catch that. Like when people move on from life, somebody shouldn't be looking at it as like, what secrets are they hiding? Like when you're around energies that you know and that you love, you've been around people that you know and that you love, and you've always felt like it was a sacred space for you and them, and they move on, like physically move on. Let's say, for instance, okay, this is the holiday season, right? You're closing out cycles. You're writing a love letter to certain foods, people, places, or things you're no longer going to be eating because it's just not good for your health, right? And let's say your favorite cousin or whoever don't show up, right? And everybody being shady, making all these shady comments, and you just happen to jump on the bandwagon. Make sure this is the last time you do that, because being around people who are making shady comments does things grow legs. It causes all kinds of things to grow out of control. When you know good and well that person was never shady towards you, it's always been a sacred place. You can pick up a phone. This is what I've been talking about the whole time. You can pick up the phone and be like, hey, these people are having all these conversations about such and such. Why in the world are they saying so? Because something can be cleared up right then and there. Something gave somebody a nervous breakdown. So now you're about to feel like you have a whole new lease on life. A lot of times, let me just say this for my divine feminine signs. That's you, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, because you all are receiving signs. And the other signs are senders. You all are receivers. Sometimes you all have an issue. Sometimes y'all have, and this is just kind of a broad statement, but this doesn't apply to everybody. So I don't want somebody to take this like a robot and be like, well, no, I don't have it. If you got a great relationship with the opposite, that's great. We're just talking about just in general. Sometimes there's a misunderstanding because people take too long to process their emotions. Just too long, just sitting on emotions and just taking too long. It could be a whole lot of things that's going on until somebody says, well, wait a minute. What has your one-on-one interaction been with somebody? Like, why is it taking you so long to process that if that hasn't been your personal experience with them? So Source is cooking up something nice for you as a result of that. The first thing some people do, they lean on, well, you don't know everything about everybody. That's true. But if you haven't had that personal experience with them, so it's just saying, if nothing else, pour into yourself, show yourself some compassion, but also show them some compassion too. Show them some compassion too. Somebody's about to feel like they have a whole new lease on life. Yep, there's compassion. Something new is being created now. Something in you now new is being created. Because you're about to go into hermit mode. You're about to go into hermit crab mode. You're about to start processing your own thoughts for yourself. So somebody had to have a tower moment. Something happened because And something very serious happened for somebody, but that's usually how it happened, Capricorn. So some of you all add comments under my videos like how y'all don't go around certain people anymore, but think back to how y'all, reason why y'all had to close out cycles. Some of it had to be as a result of a thunderous situation that happened. Just because a person moves on quietly, for them, that was thunderous. That was their awakening. You know what? These people are, whoever these energies are, they just toxic. They don't want to be around certain people anymore. And some people just quietly move on with their life. They don't call anybody anymore. They may say one, two more conversations and move on. Somebody jumped to conclusions. All heck broke loose. So, all right, a few more cards. Let's close it out. So consider that, since while you're sitting around eating your delicious food and all of that other stuff. So something new, you're creating something new now within yourself while you are in hermit mode. While you're now in hermit mode. And sitting back and relaxing. You shouldn't have to keep having tower moments. Here we have some kind of homecoming is happening here. Some kind of homecoming. No, I'm sorry. You're not homecoming. You're finally getting your rest. Excuse me, you're finally getting your rest. Somebody is finally getting some rest. Finally getting some rest. Now you're going to start having, praying and meditating first. You're going to slow down, start praying and meditating before you engage in any conversations with any shady energies. You'll be able to defend your decision to move on from shady conversations without even sitting there like, okay, I just want to assess. I want to hear what they had to say here. You're going to say, get up. You're going to get up and walk out the room. You only want to hear what people have to say. It's just negative, right? That's how you're going to save yourself. You're going to stay focused. You only want to be a part of it. It'll be disappointing, but you're going to say you need to move on. You only want to hear it. You don't even want to hear it. So you're learning how to be more conservative with your time. That's what you're doing. You're learning how to be more conservative with your time. Here we have the Queen of Cups here as far as everything is concerned. If you don't want it said about you where people are jumping to conclusions about you, you will never, ever again jump to conclusions about another person. You're going to start using your own brains. King of Swords. You're going to use your own wisdom. Something had to push you, literally blow towards you, or like for somebody had to lightning bolt you into the Emperor, the light side of Emperor, where it's structure and authority. So something had to happen. Something happened with somebody, right? There it is. Somebody had to push you right. Something had to push you right on your throne of starting to pray. That's right. Your prayer life has now increased and your meditation life has increased. So something pushed you back into hermit mode. Like basically like, okay, I'm taking some time for me to kind of go into hermit mode, take my time to process my thoughts, listen to my water sounds, and that's a good place to be. So some new seeds have definitely been planted. That's how you're going to start seeing your money grow. Somebody's going to stay away from a bunch of toxicity and drama. That's how you're going to start seeing your money grow. You don't need to be everywhere just because you're invited to everything. That's how you're going to start seeing your money grow. That's why I said your polarity sign will help you more than you realize. Your polarity sign is Cancer. Cancer's symbol is the hermit crab. That's their symbol, is the hermit crab. They're really homebodies. So I said it will help you to sit in the house, go online, see who's hiring, people working from home. You don't need to be all out all the time. You don't need to be out all the time. See who's hiring, working from home. You don't need to know what the latest gossip is. None of that stuff. Be careful of what you're looking at on social media. None of that. But somebody had a plan. Somebody had a plan with somebody's mental health, using somebody's mental health. Somebody knew somebody was in hermit mode. Somebody's mother. Something with somebody's mother, or somebody who was a nurturing spirit for you. So healed people just move differently. Somebody never stopped loving you. Something is always bet on you. Don't look back. You have the gift of claircognizance. And so check your request list again, but drink more water. Drink more water as a form of self-care, as you made a positive impact on them. Yeah. Archangel Michael, the dispenser of justice, is with you, but you are protected and loved. At what age did your parents work on their shadow self? Somebody failed at stealing your identity. There's many ways that people feel at stealing your identity. Again, it's not always a physical stealing your ID cards, and so people just be doing all kinds of crazy mess, trying to steal people's destiny. I mean, just stealing your gifts and talents. There's all kinds of ways. If you're a musician or whatever, and somebody feels like, you know, you're getting a higher percentage, and they have people set people up. I mean, just doing all kinds of stuff. Or a person feels like, you know, you're a singer or a performer, you're a musician or whatever, and you're used to performing at their events for free, and all of a sudden you require some kind of payment beyond a chicken dinner or whatever. All of a sudden ruin your reputation because you're not doing something where they're benefiting from it. I mean, people can be just cruel, crazy, just cruel. If you're a writer, let's say you're ghostwriting, or you've helped people to write a book, and you're now wanting to write your own book. I mean, just the wildest stuff. People will jump to conclusions. People get offended if you don't want to eat their food anymore. Even though people put spell work in food, like, because now you're becoming more enlightened. And so I don't like to take it to the dark place. Keep your vibrations as high as you possibly can. But source is saying, when you're like, and I mentioned before, if your doctor says to you, stop eating certain foods because it could, you know, limit your abundance of life or quality of life, and you are that tempted because you're around a bunch of people who are just toxic, and they being shady towards you, well, you look like you fine. I mean, you shouldn't listen to everything your doctors say. Half of the doctors don't know what they talking about, and you sit there and eat that, and next thing you know, you're in a hospital. I guarantee you those same energies are going to stand over. They may not even come to the hospital. They will stand there and go, well, you didn't, who forced you to eat it? So you will be saying goodbye to some things, people, places, and things. You'll be saying goodbye to some things. You're not going to keep having tower moments where you just can't help yourself. Like, you just, oh my God, all these awaken. What? Look at this. Make a meal. See how this person have avocado, they have tomato, they have carrots, they got all this greenery. Somebody is getting ready to start eating better because all of everything is energy. Somebody's getting ready to start eating more whole foods diet. I mean, for real. Something is you're making a major change, mind, body, and spirit. You're making a major, major change. Why? Because healed people move differently. So affirmations for growth. I'm a work in progress. I release old habits and create new trails each day. I'm getting better. I'm in charge of the direction of my life. I am not defined by my past. I grow through my struggles. Roadblocks create opportunities. So we're just trying to help people get from around these shady energies. All they like to do is sit around and just gossip about people. That's all they do. They sit around and just gossip about nothing. There's not that much to laugh about. You can find something else to laugh about. Find something else to laugh about. But something is over. Something is now over. Number one, I am innovative. You are a self-starter with very innovative ways of creating opportunity. Your determination and endurance are powerful, and it'll help you to get through rough times and reach success. That's right. Start putting yourselves first. Start putting yourselves first. Putting your diet first. You know, your well-being, your mental and physical health first. Put it first. Put it first. Put it first. Put it first. That is what I have for you. I will see you all in the next video. But like I said, write that love letter to some of those foods for somebody that you've been eating. You see it right here on the card. It's reiterating. You don't need, I mean, how many more signs does somebody need? This card right here got avocados on it. It has green food on it. It looks like chickpeas on it. It looks like cauliflower. It looks like certain types of cheese. It looks like peppers, like certain types of peppers. But of course, obviously, you're gonna check with your doctor. But you know, put your yourselves first. Get away from these poisons and whatever. So, but that's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.